Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Twameva Mata Cha Pita Twameva, Twameva Pandushka Saka Twameva, Twameva Vidyadravinam Twameva, Twameva Sarvamam Deva Deva. Namo Ajanjana Timirandasya Jananjana Salakaya Chaksur Militanjana Tasmai Shri Urave Namah. Srimad Bhagavatam, Book 3, Discourse 7. Vidura's question. Jai Guru. Sri Sukha continued. When Maitreya spoke thus, the enlightened Vidura, son of Dwaipayan Vedavyas, further asked him as follows, delighting him by his speech as it were. Vidura asked, O holy sage, how can the Lord, who is pure consciousness, immutable and unqualified absolute, come to be associated with attributes and activity, even in sport? 3. It is the hankering for pleasure that the desire to play with another child or plaything that impels a child to betake itself to play. But how can the Lord, who is satisfied in himself and is ever one without a second, take to play? 4. It was through his own Maya, consisting of the three gunas, that the Lord creates the universe. Nay, it is through the same Maya that he sustains it and shall finally withdraw it. 5. How can he whose knowledge, which is his very nature, is never obscured by space, time, or circumstance, either by itself or through any other external cause, be associated with Maya? 6. It is the Lord alone who is present in all bodies as the enjoyer. Who can there be any ill luck for him? And how can he suffer any agony due to karmas? 7. My mind, O sage, is much distracted, stuck as it is in this morass of ignorance. Remove, my Lord, this great confusion of my mind. Sri Sukha went on, interrupted thus by Vidura, who was keen to know the truth. The sage, who was free from all conceit, replied as thought, smiling at him, his mind fixed on the Lord. 9. Maitreya said, that the spirit, who is the ruler of Prakriti and ever free, should feel miserable and fall into bondage is against all logic, yet such is the Lord's Maya. 10. It is because of this Maya that the Jiva appears to be bound. What is something contrary to its nature, even though such bondage does not exist in reality, just as a man sees himself beheaded in a dream, even though in reality his head has not been severed. 11. Again, just as trembling and other characteristics which are attributable to water alone are seen in the moon as reflected in water, though really non-existence therein, so the attributes, birth, etc. of the body, which is not the soul, appear in the soul that has identified itself with a body. 12. That false identification gradually disappears through the practice of devotion to the Lord, which is possible only by the grace of Lord Vasudeva, Sri Krishna, which in its turns is secured by discharging one's duties in a disinterested spirit in this world. 13. When the senses have withdrawn from their objects and get exclusively devoted to Sri Hari, the Supreme Spirit, and sear all the distractions of the soul in the shape of attachments and aversion, etc., vanish, and in the case of a man buried in deep sleep. 14. All one's afflictions are got rid of by uttering and hearing the praise of Sri Krishna, the slayer of the demon Mura. What wonder then that such a result should be brought about by fondness developed in one's heart for worshipping the dust of his lotus feet? 15. Vidura said, my doubts have been eradicated by this word of your recent exposition, my lord. My mind has now clearly grasped both the points, the Lord's freedom and the Jiva's dependence. 16. You have rightly observed, O sage, that the bondage, etc., of the Jiva is attributable to Sri Hari's own Maya, deluding potency. Such bondage is only apparent without any reality or foundation, for the universe itself has no foundation except the Lord's Maya. 17. He who is the most ignorant and he who has realized God, who is beyond the reach of mind, both these lead a carefree life in this world, while he who stands between the two is full of doubt, lives in misery. 18. Having concluded that the material world, through appearing to exist, is not real, I should now, by the service of your feet, get rid even of the false appearance, mental illusion. 19. Through the service of these feet can be had the feast of intense devotion to the feet of the immutable Lord, the slayer of the demon Madhu, devotion that puts an end to the agony of birth and death. 20. The service of the Lord's devotees who are living approach to Lord Vishnu or his divine realm, and in whose company are ever sung and praises of Lord Janardana. Literally, he who is invoked by his devotees, Janardana, who is adored by even the gods, cannot be easily secured by men of little penance. 21. You have just told me that at the dawn of creation the Almighty Lord brought forth in their order of sequence the Mahatattva and the categories along with their evolutes, and, having evolved the cosmic body out of those categories, eventually entered the same. It is that cosmic being whom the Vedas call the most ancient person, who is endowed with thousands of myriad feet, thighs, and arms, and in whom all these different worlds abide with ample space about them. 23. Nay, it is in that cosmic being, as you declare, that the 10 vital airs, each of which again manifests itself in 3 forms, vigor, willpower, and bodily strength, abide along with the Indriyas and their objects, as well as the deities presiding over them. From the same being have emanated the 4 classes of society. Pray, speak to me now about the glorious manifestations, Brahma and others, of that cosmic being from whom were evolved, along with their sons and grandsons, great-grandsons and kinsmen, living beings of various forms and shapes who fill this universe. 25. Who are the Prajapatis, Lord created beings that were evolved by Brahma, the Lord of Prajapatis? Again, what are the main categories of being that he created, and what are their subdivisions? And in what order did he evolve the 14 Manus, Swayambhuvas, and others that preside over one full manvantara each. 26 and 27. Pray also let me know their lines of descent and narrate the doings of their descendants, and further describe, O Maitreya, son of Mitra, the relative position and dimensions of the spheres that are located above and below the earth, as well as the terrestrial region, and the detailed process of creation and of beasts, human beings and gods, reptiles and birds, in short, of all living beings, viviparous and oviparous, those born of sweat and those sprouting from the soil, such as trees and plants. "28. Also kindly recount at length the glorious exploits connect with the creation, preservation, and dissolution of the universe of the Lord, who is the abode of Shri, the goddess of beauty and prosperity, and who bodied himself forth as Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. His manifestations with reference to a particular guna." Here, one more time, Srimad Bhagavatam is explaining that the original Lord, Shri Hari, is manifest as Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Then, in the Nama Aparat, the apparats to the holy name, we have this line of consider the names of Brahma and Shiva separate to the name of Vishnu. And this is apparat to consider them lower or superior to Vishnu. We will leave it here. It's the verse 28 of the book 3 of Srimad Bhagavatam. And we will meet again tomorrow at the same time to continue this reading from 28 to 42, and then comes the Discourse 8, Brahma's manifestation. It's a great time that we are spending here listening and speaking about the creation of this universe, an eternal creation of the universe, because all these leelas are continuously manifesting. After the dissolution, it will manifest exactly in the same way. And the interesting thing is, in the Bhumandal, all the holy places will be set up in the same area again and again and again. After destruction, again they will come on the same places. All right. Bhajanita Go Radheshyam, Japo Hare Krishna Hare Ram. See you in the next. Radheshyam, Jay Sri Radheshyam.